Hey, welcome back. So I'll definitely finish Zelda this week. That's cool. Never beaten it before. This last dungeon's pretty long. It might take like a whole week to finish it, but I have the map, so I kind of know where to go. I forgot the blue guys. They can go in there. Okay. I gotta remember what I have and what I'm doing. Okay, ready? So, this whole week I might just talk about this book I started reading. I have the most notes I think ever for like a single topic. Sorry, it's kind of loud outside. I'm doing this during the day. It's only like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. This is hard. I don't like this game. Oh, I got the last heart piece. Did you see? I got the last heart piece? If I die, I'm just gonna start over. I forgot I could do that. That's stupid. It was robes. So, the book I'm going to talk about is called A Confession. It's by Leo Tolstoy. What happened? And he wrote it like when he was in his 50s and he was kind of struggling with the meaning of life. And he wrote a book about it. I'm just going to try to avoid these guys if I don't have to fight them. Which I don't think I do. Because I have the infinite key. Right? So, sorry, I always start out slow, but I'll get there. We got 7 days to talk about this, so we're gonna get somewhere eventually. And then I'll talk about my job stuff or whatever, but nothing really interesting happened this week, so. I think I just went in a circle. Okay, so give me a second. So, it's gonna be a little bit weird for me to talk about this book for a couple of reasons. One is that I've been feeling like better because of all my job stuff is going well. So I'm not really plagued like I was before with this like meaningless thing and like why am I doing anything? I have goals and like I'm kind of meeting them. So right now kind of feel fine. I don't feel like I'm struggling with meaninglessness too much anymore. But the thing is, I've only been an adult for 10 years, and I've already struggled with this twice, like last year and then like 5 years ago or whatever. It's happened twice where I've gotten really depressed and been like, I don't know what the point of life is. So I mean, it's gonna happen again. I'm gonna lose my job, or like I'm gonna be in a car accident, or like my arm's gonna get stuck in a lawnmower or something and it's gonna get cut off. Like something bad's gonna happen to me and I'm gonna have to deal with it better than I did before, which I didn't really deal with it very well. So that's why this book is important. It says go up, left, up. Oh, I don't think I did that. Up, left, up. So that's why I'm kind of reading this book. I'm like, oh, should I even be reading this? Because I'm feeling better. Like, I don't want to be reminded of how I felt last year or even a couple months ago when I'm like, looking for jobs are stupid. What's the point of anything? Why am I going to this stupid job every day? Wait, I said up, left, up. Okay, I could do that. When I hit this, like this, it doesn't sound loud to me, but like you can hear it when I'm recording, so I have to remember to not do that. Oh, you have to go through that. That's why. Like this, like this, like this. So I need to be able to deal with this problem that I have. Like, what's the meaning of life? Like, when everything's good, obviously it's fine to just like. Maybe this is where I'll start. He gives this story, like metaphorical story. Maybe this is a bad place to start, but whatever. There's like a parable or something where he's like, the parable of life. So this guy's like, he's in a forest and he's running away from this monster or something. And he falls into a well with a rope. He's holding a rope. He falls into a well. And there's a dragon at the bottom of the well. And he can't climb back up. I don't know why, but that's just the story. He can't climb back up. And there are two mice gnawing on the rope. So in the story, this little analogy, the mice are life, and they're represented by two mice because one's black and that's night, and one's white and that's day. I'm gonna get lost, but that's fine. What if I just save here? And the dragon at the bottom represents death, and the person survives because there's honey dripping from a tree into the well, and he can get honey to eat. And the honey represents good things. I guess that's why I was thinking of the tangent, because I was thinking about like the good stuff, which is the honey. I think he says his honey's like his family, and his wife loves him, and he has nice kids, and he's like super famous. He was famous when he was alive. It wasn't like he died and then he became famous. He was super rich. He came from like a wealthy family, and he went to a nice school, and everybody thought he was super smart. So that's the honey. So my honey right now is this job stuff. Like, oh, I got a good job, and like I'm going to therapy, and it's going well, I guess. I'm not depressed like it was last year. That's good. So I have that going for me, which is nice. But that was kind of a bad thing to start with. But I liked that. I didn't really like that analogy, but it was fine. He uses that, I guess, to frame like what the other stuff he talks about. Like, oh, this is the honey, and I don't know. But I shouldn't have started with that. Go to the next room. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna end on this point. I feel like I didn't really say anything today, but... So, the beginning of the book talks about Tolstoy and like him being super famous, and everybody loves him. And he's able to... The book's really good. I mean, you just read it. It's not very long. And he's able to explain this stuff better than I ever will. He says, Well, I'll say this part, which I liked. He says, did I write this down? No. Okay, good. Sorry, this week's gonna take a lot of brain power, so I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can barely think and play. He says, like, how I'm feeling right now, this question of meaninglessness isn't really bothering me. But if I never really thought about it, I could just be like, well, my life's good right now, and there must be an answer. Like, everybody's doing all this stuff. I'm doing what I'm doing. There must be a reason. And if I really sat down and had to, like, really read, like, 1,000 philosophy books, I would find an answer. But I don't really feel like doing that right now, so I'll do it later, or I'll never do it, and I'll just be happy with what I have. But then he says when he's like 50 years old, I don't know what the catalyst was for him to like start questioning stuff. I think it was like his brother maybe got sick or something. And then he starts questioning it, and then he starts looking into all this philosophy. He's like, wait a minute, there's no answer. Nobody ever gives an answer. Why am I here? Why am I striving for anything? What's the point? It doesn't matter. I related to that opinion a lot, like, just like not really thinking about it, but feeling like, well, there must be a reason why I'm doing this, right? And if I thought about it, I could, like, I'm smart enough, I could figure it out, but I haven't had time to think about it, so I'll just keep going to my job and watching TV. And I'll figure it out later. Okay, I'll end here. Or maybe I'll start here tomorrow. He gives, so Tolstoy is, he kind of grows up in these, like, aristocratic writing circles of, like, very erudite, professorial people. He's just in this kind of group of, like, rich Russian people who are, like, smart, and they all write stuff. And he gets kind of esteemed in that group of people. So he has to, so he frames it in that way, and he's talking about, like, how he and the other people kind of view life and how it's valuable and why their lives are valuable and important and meaningful. And then he kind of says it like, the way I was interacting with people, this is what we seem to value. And then when I got older, I was like, well, that was stupid. Why do we value that? That didn't mean anything. And tomorrow I'll tell you. Okay, so tomorrow I'll tell you. How should I frame this? Like, Tolstoy says. Okay, remember how I said Tolstoy was saying there must have been a meaning to life if I thought about it more? Then this is what, like, if I thought about it more, I could find out what the meaning of life is, but I'm just, like, too busy and stuff. So then when he starts thinking about it, he starts thinking, okay, what was my meaning back then? And he comes up with, like, this theory of, like, okay, this is our theory of the meaning of our lives and how it's kind of stupid. So I'll tell you what that theory was tomorrow. First thing. Promise. And I'll figure out something with Zelda or whatever. But thanks. Bye.